Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we are at Pull and Pay Orlando for we're going to be looking for a new grill for the Cadillac. I was looking on the site yesterday and I had found a mesh grill that's remotely similar to the CTS V style. So basically we're going to go on the hunt for it and hopefully we find it so we can get rid of that ugly little Spec D grill I have. So if you have never been to a junkyard before, basically this is all it is. Oh wow, that's a Civic SI. So basically, here's the gist of it. Basically, you go into these, you pick whatever you would like, and you know, those are some true hard coilovers on that Civic. Wow. And you know, you just go up, you pay your admission fee, and you just pay when you bring the parts back. So, seeing that the grill is indeed a delicate part, I have taken one of these. A little excessive, but it's just in case I find something else, let's say from an SRX, if they have any here, that, you know, have not been completely stripped. Because, you know, once a car has been here for quite some time, they do end up being quite daring. Especially the trucks. I remember one time I went to the budget one that's closer to my house, and there was this car that was quite literally, it was only the body on the floor. They had taken the frame. So as we get closer to the Cadillac section, you know, we have the trucks and SUVs here. We have the Europeans, which, you know, if you see right there, that is an S-Class and an E-Class. And somehow, someway, a Volkswagen CC R-Line. But as you look down, GM is all the way over there. Also, here are your cheap shit boxes. Here's something you don't see every day. Aftermarket tail lights, which are more clear lens style on an E46. Never have seen that before, but, you know, first time for everything. This is a 2004 Cadillac CTS. This one being the 3.6 model, which in the year 2004 was only available in automatic. The only manual option that you could get in this year was with the 3.2. This actually does have the bezel cover, but unfortunately it is damaged, so I am not taking this. And when I go take a look at the inside, turns out this one is actually a slick top. This is actually quite uncommon considering mine has a sunroof. And all the other CTSs I've seen for sale always have sunroof advertised. So seeing this, quite uncommon. Right here is the mesh grill I was talking about. I might modify it a little bit to where I trim all this excess area out, but who knows. After a couple minutes, I now have the grill, and I have to say, it's actually in quite good shape. The only thing I might have to worry about is a little bit of corrosion there, which honestly I'll just sand down and just, you know, do some rust remover, rust preventative, and just clean it up. But overall, it is actually in excellent shape. It's just a little bit wet because it had rained yesterday. Right now, I'm next to a 2011 Cadillac STS with a smashed window. Quite nice. But look at this wheel. It's actually a very nice wheel. Like, if I had a newer Cadillac, I would honestly rock it. But like, there we go. I think it's all right. Ooh, it actually had a heated steering wheel. That's quite neat. So about out the door, this grill ended up costing me about $31. So basically for half the price that you would find on eBay, or if you go for like a brand like E&G, I've saved quite a bit of money. And the only thing I'd end up changing in the future is the emblem, because the emblem is faded. But the mesh grill look is going to be way better than this Spec D kind of grill that I have right now. I'm pretty sure it's Spec D, but it's not that great looking, especially because no badge. I know I could, you know, spend, you know, another 30 bucks or whatever, get the emblems and, you know, the emblem holder, but why not just get a whole new grill? Anyways, I'll see everybody at the house where I actually go to install this thing. So one of the things I'm doing really quick before I start cleaning this up, I applied some all-purpose cleaner from Chemical Guys, and I'm just gonna give it a wipe down so I know what I'm working with. From what I can see, there's a little bit of rust. Looks like surface rust. I did pull this from a northern car, so a little bit of rust is, you know, obviously gonna be a thing in this scenario. So now that's wiped off and all that, yeah, so a little bit of surface rust around here. Paint is flaking, obviously, due to the rust, so I'm gonna sand it down and hit it with a primer. Same with right here, paint's flaking because, you know, northern car stuff. You can see it's all flaking. So we're gonna sand it down and it'll be back in a moment. So I think having it sanded down to like this, for example, now work on this just a little bit, if I kind of focus. Oh. Come on, focus. Focus. Oh, okay, there we go. So right there, sand down a little bit more. Everything else looks fine, so I'm gonna hit it with some primer and that's it. So while I have the other stuff going on over there, let me show you how to exactly swap out a grill. Off at step number one, there's always this part, and it's a rubber gasket, not really gasket, it's a rubber part that goes over where the fans go and all that in your radiator. So all you gotta do is just weasel it on out. It's actually quite simple. It pops right out, and it gives you access to not only this, which I will have to remove actually, believe it or not, because of the grill styling, but I get access to these, which honestly helps me out in the removal process. Next up, you're gonna need this tool. It's a clip remover tool. Basically, you're just gonna wedge right here. You're gonna pry it up, and then just gently pull it out. It's not hard to do. It's, if anything, just be careful. It doesn't need to be all the way out, but it certainly does help. So you're gonna repeat that step for this, 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 and of course, this. Now this part's the hardest part because there are little clips that go into the bumper. So now you basically have to basically pry this out. You have to literally be as careful too pulling it out. So I think I'm gonna try to use the clip remover tool that I have right here to pry the grill out, and we'll see the results after I'm done with it. Now it should all pop. There we go. Pops all out. So for this one, this is a pain in the ass, and bam, we have the grill off. So let's just take a side-by-side comparison. Right here, got a Spec D chrome grill. It's been on the car for years now. And let's compare it to the mesh grill that we have. That, you know, I have the primer drying right now. It's not a good job, but it just has to work. And of course, now we have the CTS, you know, without its grill on. So now it looks quite awkward. It looks like, yeah, it just looks weird. So when it comes to installing a mesh grill like this, it has a different way to mount. So basically you have to remove these right here. It's a 10 millimeter, if I remember correctly. Yep, 10 millimeter. Just loosen it. Basically you're gonna want this to just move slightly. So now when you have both of these bolts out, all you're gonna do is you're gonna rotate it to the right for this one, you're gonna rotate it to the left for this one. Basically, you're gonna want it off the surface. We're gonna clean this surface. We're gonna clean this as well. we're gonna use some all-purpose cleaner before we put on the grill. Again, I'm using the Chemical Guys all-purpose cleaner. You guys can pretty much just use soap and water. It's gonna do the same job. All you're gonna do is just, you know, spray it down right there. All right, and then you're just gonna wipe it down so there's a nice and clean surface for you to mount the grill to. So now, when you have that all done, what you're gonna do, you're gonna realign this, and you're just gonna tighten down these bolts. Fitment is gonna vary depending on, you know, for obvious reasons. Sometimes it may fit perfectly, you know, other times it may not. I know sometimes a little bit, you know, it did bulge out a little bit. I'm gonna have to readjust it in the future, or rather soon, just to make sure that it all fits right. Well, you live and you learn. I just actually snapped a fucking bolt. When you mount, also make sure you do put in the clips that go in there. Also make sure you have all of them. I unfortunately do not have all of them, but who cares, right? Anywho, basically after this, you're gonna put this on it and you'll be done from there. Now you're just gonna make sure that this does not interfere with this, which luckily it doesn't. So now we can close the hood and look at the final product. Obviously, I'll take it out there. So tell me, what grill do you guys like better? Personally, I like to look at this one. I think in the future though, I'll replace the emblem right here, and I might trim the excess off just so it ends up looking cleaner. But it is a way better look compared to the Spec D style grill that we have right here. If you look at the before and after, you know, take this, you know, doesn't look as great, but then bam, looks even better than what you would anticipate. I think for, you know, 31 bucks out the Junkyard, including, you know, environmental fees and all that, I say that this was a successful mod to the CTS. A quite affordable appearance mod as well. If you guys did enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below what you guys like more, the Spec D grill over there or the mesh style grill that I have now. If you guys have any suggestions for the channel, please be sure to comment them down below as well. I am Shelby with Kitsune Speed, and I'm signing out. Peace out, everybody.